Yes, on the chat. Any questions, any concerns? Makes sense? Cool. Love it. Cool, Ivan. All right. So, first things first, what I want to cover today is the fact that we just finished a challenge and then what happens next. What happens next is important, okay? Because you started building the version of you who follows through, who follows consistency, who follows discipline. And that version doesn't necessarily disappear after October, after Halloween. Okay? So before we celebrate our awareness, I want to tell you something extremely important. What you did last week wasn't just workouts, wasn't posting just food, wasn't posting just your water. What you did was build something 99% of people have spent years trying to find. And that's momentum. That's discipline. A lot of people seek momentum and seek discipline. 99% of people actually do not start their fitness journey. You're that 1%. You're the 1% who obviously joined this program, but joined the challenge, stayed consistent for 7 days, and that's what 99% of people lack. They lack consistency. Okay? The real win after this challenge is, you get the nice little merch, it's matching pants, okay. But the real wins is what happens next. It's the build up to the person you're gonna be beyond October, beyond Halloween. Okay? When I call out the winners, and I say winners because some of you, a handful of you, passed the threshold to be nominated for the raffle. Okay? Notice that these people that passed that threshold weren't perfect. Some people maybe perhaps missed the workout but still did some physical activity or cardio, or vice versa. Some people did a workout instead of the extra steps. Some people didn't join the call but still did the habits, other habits in their program. Okay? Perhaps they didn't hit their protein macros. They didn't perhaps hit their carbs. They didn't hit every calorie or pulse every single day. But they showed up anyway, in one way or another. And the key thing is that these winners, they acted like the person they want to become. That's essentially what these, I believe it was six winners had in common. Okay, so I want you to understand the fact that the key word here in this call is identity. Okay, it's not motivation, it's not habits, it's identity. I want you to envision the person that you will be in the next 6 months or next year. How's that person going to move? How's that person going to be with their husband, their boyfriends, their kids, their wife? At work, are they going to be confident? Because what happens is if you start acting like the person in the next 6 months or next year and start doing actions like the person who lost 50 pounds, the person who's finally in the 130s, the person who finally is in the size that they used to be back when they were 21, the person who finally bought a house with their wife. What type of actions do you think or do you envision this person will be making in 6 months or a year? Is this person confident? Is this person disciplined? Is this person consistent? Does this person show up for their wife or for their husband or for their girlfriend, for their kids? Do they show up every single day? Do they show up for themselves every single day? Are they making big money moves? Motivation is a mood. I always say this on my reels. It moods. It's a mood. It's just like you're sad. You're sad sometimes. You're happy some other times. Okay? Motivation fades. Habits, sometimes you're consistent, but they slip. But identity is the key word here. It's what lasts. So again, like I mentioned, because there's a few people that just joined now, when you start thinking like the person who already hit their goal, your actions start catching up. If you see yourself as someone who works out when you're already 50 pounds lighter, you'll start moving different. You'll start showing up for yourself at the gym. If you see yourself as someone who takes care of their health, food decisions get easier. The challenge was never about 7 days. It was about becoming that person. That was my goal with this challenge. So before I announce the winner, because I know you guys are excited about this, I want to share a story. So earlier today, I had a conversation with one of my clients, and something really hit me about this one client. He told me, he's a VIP client, he told me that he's always made decisions the same way for the past, how old is he? 26 years. He's always made decisions like this. I always think about my decisions. I always contemplate. I always review things. I always take a few hours to think about it. And this is what really stuck with me, is I had to give him some tough love. I was like, this is why you're here working with me, because of the decisions you've been making and the way you've been making decisions for the last 26 years. You've been eating this way because you've been making decisions like this for the last 26 years. You've been drinking the same way because the decisions you've been making the last 26 years. You haven't been working out because you're lazy, because you've been lazy based on your decisions you've been taking for the last 26 years. It's the mindset. And because specifically you guys, the 1%, because you guys have been consistent for the past 7 days based on the challenge, and most of you have still stayed consistent after that, that's my point. You change your mindset. Your identity shifted. Okay? So a year from now, you'll look back at this week, perhaps, or perhaps it's another challenge that's coming up at the end of this month, and you'll say that's where it started. I want you to keep showing up, because the longer you stay consistent, the faster you will change and the faster you will grow. Okay? Oh, I love that. Ivan says, Wanda, you're slimmer. I can see it in the face. Look at you, girl. God damn. Getting compliments. Hell yeah. So our start off here, for the people who joined late, I wanted to try something a little different. I wanted to tackle the topic of conversation today first. This way everybody gets some value and we're not waiting. And then if anyone has any questions for today's call and or any questions based on today's topic, you guys could raise your hands by having the hand in the bottom of Zoom. Okay? And you guys could share some wins when I call on you, and then you can ask your questions. Okay. Do we have any questions based on the topic of conversation today about identity, about consistency? You can put yes or no in the chat.
I missed the first 10 minutes.
It's all right. I have it recorded. I'll share the link. Okay. Anyone else? No questions. Anyone else? No questions. Put yes or no in the chat. Yes or no in the chat. Okay. Perfect. I love it. All right. Let's see if I can. Ivan says, look at yourself in the mirror and realize who you are. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. All right. I know what you guys are waiting for. All right. All right, so let's hype this bitch up. So who here is ready for the roulette? Give me some fire emojis on the chat. I want to see some fire emojis on the chat. Damn, only two people are excited for this. I want to see some more fire emojis, guys. I'm about to just shut this thing down. We could try it Sunday. All right, there you go. Cool. All right. I got it. Okay. So, you guys see my screen? Hold on. Let me record this. This is actually pretty fun. All right, so this is to win merch from head to toe at abarcafitness.com. Ready for the winner. Okay, so the people who crossed out of the 50 something clients that we have, only I believe 6 people crossed 150 points, and 1 person passed the threshold of multiple entries. So Ivan has multiple entries. Okay, so he's gonna be there 3 times, everybody else just once. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's go. Let's go. Who's it gonna be? Oh, oh man. Oh my girl, yeah, I actually have to record this shit. Oh shoot. All right. So homework, guys. I want to have your major takeaway from this call. Major takeaway from this call of the topic conversation on the community chat. And or if you guys don't have a major takeaway, tag Yami and congratulate her on the community chat, please. All right, she wasn't able to make it here. And you know what's hilarious? I was on a call with her earlier today and we spoke and I was just like, well, you know, I should make this joke. If you don't show up to the call, I'm gonna give your spot away, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not an asshole. All right, so that being said, Sunday, we have a call, we have a different topic. I'll have the announcement in the next few days. Stay consistent, guys. And on top of that, stay tuned for the next few days. I'm going to be announcing our next challenge soon. The challenge is going to start at the end of this month. Okay? So stay tuned. There's going to be another challenge for more prizes. All right? Peace. Right. Boom.